The law of attraction is a common phrase that has recently become popularized by many content creators and celebrities. The basic theory is that you can have whatever you desire when you are in frequency with it. It is equated to physics and the sympathetic resonance of a tuning fork passing its frequency to another tuning fork through a sound wave. And that somehow like attracts like. However, what physics will show you is that this resonance doesn't move one object toward the other like a magnet. It only causes it to vibrate, and the vibration does not take place unless it is already in tune. And in the world of physics, like opposes like or is neutral to it until they are close enough to polarize to each other. So this law of attraction at best is misnamed. Yes, there is a thing called quantum entanglement, but the claim on what is possible with this law is a potential misinterpretation and taken out of context of what is actually taking place. The law of attraction theory that most people teach could actually be a distortion of the 7 principles of truth as described in a previous video. What is missing is that which manifests in your life is related to many additional factors that must also be in alignment before the manifestation of your desire can take place. Be careful not to let people tell you that you are not resonating at a high enough frequency, or that you need to change something about how you imagine it coming to pass. No matter how well-intended the message is, this is akin to shaming you and can cause stress and fear, and it is very likely that it is untrue. Recognize instead that you didn't necessarily choose to be born into this world to have everything handed to you on a silver platter, with all the wealth and everything made easy. You came to strive toward the light of the one infinite creator. You came to evolve. And that does not mean that you are resonating at a low frequency. All you can take with you when you leave this life is your learning and your relationships. And what you are currently learning and experiencing are treasures that your higher self has requested and needs. This doesn't mean, however, that manifesting your desires is impossible. Quite the contrary. One of the most important factors in manifesting what you desire is how it correlates to your life's path. This path is of your own choosing and was originally decided upon before you passed through the veil of forgetting and entered into this life. The majority of humans plan their lives to evolve on the service to others path as opposed to the service to self path. And all humans, without exception, are intended to be on one of these paths. Both are valid methods of evolving, and only you know which path you have chosen. How this conscious choice is reflected in every word, thought, and deed correlates to how your life's manifestations are achieved, and must be kept in perspective when asking for a desire to be fulfilled. Your current life circumstances are intended to get you on this path in one way or another, and subsequently, the sooner you get on that path, the easier your desires can come to you. What your higher self is most concerned with is your evolutionary process as it relates to understanding, unconditional love, acceptance, service, the oneness of all things, and so forth. If the manifestation of your desire is not something that advances your evolutionary progress, or if any of the 7 principles of truth are not in accordance, what you are attempting to attract will not come to pass. Or if it does come to pass, it doesn't necessarily stay long, or it is not as positive an experience as you once imagined it would be. The primary goal of the individuals on the service to others path is to create a positive resonant frequency for all. This is done by opening the heart in unconditional love. We are moving upward and are drawn toward the light of infinite intelligence. What is desired must not become greater than the overall desire to seek the light and love of the one infinite creator within all beings and within all experiences. With this perspective in mind, what you resonate from the heart center naturally is drawn to you, and what you manifest in your life is in correspondence with your asking and supports and teaches you. Seek the oneness of all things so that all else, including your desires, can be added to this seeking. The 7 principles of truth are universal laws that cannot be broken. Your soul already knows them, and as you think about them in accordance with your desires, let the inner knowing resonate with you in a way that allows you to genuinely affect change in your life and others. The all is mind. The universe is mental. The work of manifesting begins in the mind before it can exist externally. You can attempt to create a vision or mental image of what you desire taking place as though it already exists. However, this can be difficult when you are stressed or fearful. To help clear up your mind processes, you may need to begin with forgiveness. This includes forgiveness of yourself and others who may have caused you to feel separated from what you desire. Forgiveness is incredibly powerful. As above, so below. As below, so above. Let your heart be open in unconditional love in connection to the all, and let yourself see all as one. Access what you desire by being in frequency with your life's path and in alignment with the one infinite creator. And remember that you are not alone. You are co-creator. Therefore, the one infinite creator is manifesting creation right along with you and has your back. The fun part is that you actually get to have a say in it, and the Creator has a great desire for you to exercise your free will. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. When your heart is in frequency with your life's path, it is already vibrating in the direction of your will. When you speak what you desire out loud using your voice, you are creating a vibrational frequency within your local reality. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Recognize that your desires have a service to self or service to others nature. Let your desires be in alignment with the path of your choosing and in an upward movement toward the one infinite creator. This doesn't mean that you have to try to convince yourself that it's okay to have what you are desiring. That is a type of shaming of self and should be avoided. What this means is, if what you desire is not in alignment with your life's path, or if you have learning yet to experience, manifesting your desires could become hindered. Understanding this principle can help you clear up your intentions. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. Do not resist what exists. Recognize that everything is already perfect and that it is flowing as it should. Even if you are feeling challenged or uncomfortable with what exists, it is still serving you perfectly. You can use your co-creator abilities to change your circumstances, but your current circumstances are still perfect regardless of what takes place next within this reality. You are an infinite being. This local reality is a very temporary stop along the path of a very, very long existence of eternity. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Stand in authority as a co-creator and intend what you desire from the heart center with pure, unconditional love. You are a co-creator with infinite intelligence and not just a reactionary being. What you intend, what you believe, and what you command when in alignment with the One Creator will come to pass in the most perfect manner for you and your circumstances. Since you are co-creating, you can also ask for help and support. What is asked is given, but you must actually do the asking if support or help is what is desired. Gender isn't everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Bring out the qualities and characteristics within yourself that are most in alignment with the principle of what you desire, and let them be in balance with one another. If you are simply asking or begging, you are neglecting the authority within you and are out of balance. The inverse is also true if you are only demanding and not asking. Relax and claim it with an asking heart in unconditional love. Let it come with ease. And remember, the law is one. You are always and eternally a part of the one infinite Creator. Everything you desire is one with you, even when your local reality doesn't immediately reflect it in the manner you expect it to. There are no mistakes. I hope you liked this content. Please like and subscribe if any of this resonates with you and you would like to hear more. May all of your desires come to pass in great abundance and health and prosperity in accordance with the one infinite Creator and all that is.